right now we can try to make it a bit much more faster. So price swept the low here, price swept the low, came into this demand zone right here, and then went higher. Yes, so we missed that trade, but we're okay with it. So as I told you, the more you practice, the more you get to do what? To know what is really lacking in the strategy and all those things. So we go through the same process again. Same process. Trading, it really takes time because it is a process of trial and error. But one thing that I've realized, and that I normally realize too late, is that data backs you up when you come into the markets. And most people don't see the importance of backtesting. But the more that you actually get to backtest, the more you get to have confidence in the strategy. Because when you enter into the market, perhaps you know that even if I'm on a losing streak, maybe you've lost 4 trades in a row, you know that I went through this during my backtesting session. And since I went through this, I know I came through it after I backtested maybe data for the whole month on several occasions. I ended up closing that month with a profit. So I've come to realize these things. So you always have to stick to the strategy, and you always have to make sure that you have data for your strategy, because when you incur a losing streak, these things, they keep you going. So I'm going to come and demarcate all the levels to which I know price might retrace to. So I have this level here. I have like 3 levels in here. So I also have this here. And why am I marking these levels? Because when you go to the lower time frame, you're going to see supply. Like you're going to see demand areas like on these zones. Because okay, so let's first recollect and see. So right now, what we see here, as I told you before, that price will always try to trap us to enter into the market, but there's liquidity down at this low. And for me as a person, I don't think it is a very good idea to enter here. So I have to wait for price to come back inside the range. Come back inside the range and then sweep that. Come back inside the range and sweep that. If it doesn't do that, I don't enter into the market. This is how I normally trade. It takes a lot of patience for you, like for your age to play out, and for you to actually get a very nice trade and all that stuff. It takes a lot of patience, bro. It takes a lot of patience. You have to be extremely patient. So we had a sweep of liquidity down here, and after having a sweep of liquidity, price came and mitigated this zone here, as you see. And after mitigating this zone, price, right now we have to go and get a buy on the lower time frame, and we can aim for a 1 to 4, or even we can aim for this high. So let's go and see, because right now we have our confluences as we plan them. And remember, I told you, if it doesn't match the strategy, we don't trade it. And that is the discipline that we're trying to get right now. On the lower time frame, what are we going to aim for? We're going to aim for a market structure shift. So going lower, we can see that here we have this zone. It can be called our demand zone. And we also have this here on the lower time frame, this demand zone here. But what else do we have? We have liquidity seated at these lows. And remember, if we have liquidity, we don't enter the market unless that liquidity is swept. You understand? So we have liquidity down here. Let me make it much more thicker so that we can see these areas. We have liquidity here. So for us to enter into a market for a buy, we have to wait for price to come and sweep this liquidity. It gave us a very beautiful title swoop into our area, but we have to wait for a sweep of liquidity. So let's see if price comes back to sweep this liquidity. If it doesn't come back, we'll always enter on a market structure shift and then buy. But we want the liquidity to be swept down, and that is what we're really praying for this to be an A+ setup. Yes, we have gotten our sweep of liquidity. That is perfect. Right now, we want price to retrace to either of these 2 zones. Okay, so price has retraced to this zone right here. this zone right here. Let me see if it is a perfect tap. I think it has tapped really well. Sorry about that. It has tapped really well. This zone right here. Yeah. So let's see if we get a shift. For us to get a shift, price has to sweep this high here. If price sweeps this high, ladies and gentlemen, we have a buy. But we have to wait for price to sweep the high. Yes, perfectly. Price has swept the high with a lot of momentum. So right now we have to enter into the market, target a 1 to 4 or much more higher. Remember, our aim is that if we are winning, we have to win big. We either win 1 to 4, but not less 1 to 4, but not less than 1 to 4. Or we lose 1% exactly. We don't lose more than we've determined, and we don't win. And we can win higher, but we can't win lower. We don't take a 1 to 3. We don't take a 1 to 2. We either take a 1 to 4 or we take nothing. That is how we trade, because we don't want to interrupt our edge. Because for our edge to play out, if you say that maybe, sorry about that, if you say that my aim as a trader is to make sure that I take maybe in 10 trades for me to be profitable, I have to win 5 trades, and to win 5 trades, all trades have to hit a 1 to 3. And now when your trade starts playing out, you interrupt it and you take a 1 to 1, you won't be profitable, because your edge at the end of the day will be interrupted. So we don't interrupt our edge. The reason why I've had a very wide SL, okay, I can make it, I think, much more thinner. Let's first see where we're going to target. Our target is up this side. Oh, this is going to be a very big mess. We want to hit this. Oh, setting a stop loss. Please forgive me for all these disturbances that you're really seeing. You see, my PC got problems right now. I'm using my tablet, and it also got issues, so it's really hard for me to make all these things. And now you can really ask, if I'm really too good at analysis, why am I still non profitable? Bro, some questions are really not easy to have answers to, but I trust that God has a plan for everything. You understand? God has a plan for everything, and every single person has his own season. So when I see someone who's winning, I'm happy for them, because I know my turn will come. You understand? So I just trust on God, I wait on God, and I know my season will come. And it's not yet my season, that is all. But I'm constantly improving, constantly developing. So, oh Jesus, this is a hassle, bro. Okay, so let's just lock it in so that it doesn't move. So let's play and see if price is going to come and mitigate us and put us really inside. Oh, exactly. Price has tapped us right into our trade. Let's make it much more faster so that we see the rest. Okay, price is hovering around our SL. It has not yet really displaced higher. We want to target a 1 to 4 or more, but not less. You understand? It's either going to hit our TP, no break evens, no what. We're still playing into a 1 to 1. We've not yet gotten any big price movements. Let's first pause and first read this market structure. I think let's put on the 15 minutes for us to see. Remember, we are trading the 4 hours, the 15 minutes, and the 1 minute. So we've used the 1 minute for our entry, but we want to really read price and see how it is really traveling. So let's play and see. Okay, so price has really not taken a decision. So right now we have this demand zone, which has been already mitigated. That's why price came back really down rapidly. You understand? So let's see price rise and then see. This patience, bro, a lot of patience in here. It's coming back to our SL. So right now we've hit almost a 1 to 3. We've hit almost 3% of our target. But according to this analysis here, the trade can hit almost a 1 to 7, a 7R, and this will be really amazing. So we can either take profit, or we can wait for a 1 to 4 to hit, and then we can really exit the market. So let's see. Let's see. Ooh, Jesus. So this is what we really talking about. So price comes and it hits our 1 to 7. You understand? And this is how we catch our trades. So for the video not to be too long, I'm going to be making it in parts. So if anyone is really watching, anyone, because as I told you, I don't want to be a YouTuber or what, but if you watch to this extent, for me to consistently keep on backtesting, just let me know that you're watching. Kindly drop a like, drop a comment, perhaps maybe ask for part 2. We will always backtest the strategy. Remember, we opened a 10K account, trading gold, backtesting, and every single trade I'm going to be taking on this account, I will be uploading it on YouTube. You understand? For our aim is to consistently make sure. Now you see this trade right here. For most people, they could be like, but the trade has come to a 1 to 3 here. Why don't you just take this 1 to 3? It is retracing back. Why don't I set break even? If I set break even right at this point here, I could have been taken out. You understand? I could have been taken out. Sometimes for you to win, you have to go all in, and I went all in with a calculated risk of 1%. I was okay with losing 1% because right here I could have been taken out. But I held my trade, trusted my analysis, and I was taken out by take profit doing a 7%. So thank you guys for watching. If anyone is really watching and you want me to continue these backtesting videos, kindly drop a like, drop a comment. I would really appreciate that, man. This really means a lot. At least it lets me know that I'm not out here alone. If anyone has a channel, maybe a small YouTuber doing the same Forex content, bro, I would really like to check out your content. I love connecting with people with whom we are on the same planet, like on the same journey, sorry. On the same journey, because we are stronger together, bro. So thank you very much for watching. Jesus Christ is Lord. Thank you. Have a nice day.